Hi, T. Carlson here. When it comes to sci-fi action violence, you can't do a whole lot better than the RoboCop franchise. To date, we've got 4 RoboCop feature films, and I have no doubt there will eventually be more on the way because you can't keep a good franchise down no matter how many missteps it takes. So, without further ado, I'm going to jump right into it and get started. At number 4 on this list, I have RoboCop 3. This movie had some immediate strikes against it because it went for a PG-13 rating, and they also had to recast the part of RoboCop. The story and the situations are a mess. You could tell the franchise was running on fumes at this point, and it was a last-ditch effort that just didn't really pay off. To be fair, there are still some entertaining characters and action sequences, but it just falls flat compared to just about anything else this franchise has thrown at us over the years. Number 3 on the list, I have RoboCop, the 2014 remake. Like RoboCop 3, this one made the mistake of being rated PG-13, so in some ways it does feel a little watered down and tame compared to the old school installments in this franchise. But it still actually does manage to have a few decent moments. There are some great action scenes. There's some plots involving corruption in the police department and criminals hiding in plain sight that are handled pretty well. But the best thing about this movie is instead of those satirical TV commercials we had in the original movie, we have a TV news program hosted by Samuel L. Jackson, and these segments are by far the best part of this film. I don't think the RoboCop remake is a great film, but at the same time, I think there are more positive traits about this one than people realize. At number 2 on the list, I have RoboCop 2. This, of course, being the sequel to the original film. And this time around, the filmmakers upped the violence, upped the bad taste, and they even brought in the director of The Empire Strikes Back. RoboCop 2 basically tries to outdo its predecessor with more violence around every corner, and one of the villains is even a foul-mouthed youngster, which I think personally just adds to the charm of this film. The movie does have some problems. Plot-wise and satirical-wise, it's nowhere near as good as the original film, and the runtime's perhaps a bit overlong with what's trying to be conveyed here, but overall I would say it's an above-average sequel, and one that I think deserves a second look. But when it comes to RoboCop movies, number 1, of course, will always be RoboCop, the original 1987 film. This movie, of course, just has a quirky sci-fi premise. The movie's extremely violent, but it's not above lighthearted satire with some of the news broadcasts and television commercials we see throughout the movies. I mean, how many amongst us have used the phrase, "I'll buy that for $1" at some point in our lives? And you get a great group of villains, including the likes of Miguel Ferrer and Ronnie Cox. Peter Weller does a phenomenal job playing Murphy, who later becomes RoboCop, and a great supporting cast that includes the likes of Nancy Allen, and we even get a pre-That 70s Show Kurtwood Smith, the man who'd later play Red Foreman, as one of the villains. It's just over-the-top violence, but at the same time doesn't shy away from satire and lighthearted moments. It's the perfect balance of all worlds, and it's easily the best RoboCop movie ever made. How about you? What do you think the best RoboCop movie ever made is? What do you think the worst one is? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content. I'm always posting new videos, and make sure you give this one a like if you find it helpful. I'm T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.